Whatever game you're playing, it won't work. You can't defeat me.
No, I know. But he can.
The first national movie that got released in 2019 was hailed as one of the most successful movies in Chinese filmmaking history. The budget of only $20 million. Okay, this is extremely shocking because the animation had no right to be this good for only $20 million, when other studios have like $70 million at least for their 3D films. But yes, the first movie was extremely successful, grossing over $700 million on a budget of $20 million or 144 million Chinese yuan. So a sequel is definitely going to be made to continue the Chinese Legends cinematic universe. Now, the first movie was honestly nothing special. Sure, you have great animation with the water simulations, lighting, and great action as well, with the fight choreography being really well done in most action movies that I've seen. Adding to the fact that it's also pretty funny as well. I like the part where they beat up Shen Gongbao, but other than those strong points in the movie, it felt like it was trying to copy American animated films with a lot of potty humor and the character designs kind of taking inspiration from other Hollywood films, which made the entire quality of the film just okay with some standout moments. Characters like Shen Gongbao and Ao Guang were just seen as one-dimensional villains with interesting motives that don't really get fleshed out that much, with most of the focus on the movie being on Neji's hijinks trying to prove he's not just a demon. Parts like those were really well done. I understand what the film is trying to go for, but I felt like it just needed some more time, which is where we get to the second film. All the problems that I had from the first film were practically non-existent in this film. All the great parts of the first film were all enhanced tenfold. No more one-dimensional characters in this film, because for one, Shen Gongbao was actually given the proper depth that he really needed for the character, instead of just him being the most stereotypical looking villain that his design reeks of. He literally defies that look of his with actually touching on his family and why he does the thing he does. In the first film, he was presented in a way where he only did what he did out of jealousy, and only assisting the dragons in their mission for his own game. But though the first movie touched on his true motivations from the very start, it was never really fleshed out. And the second film fulfills that promise by showing why he really helped the dragons, because they are in a similar situation to him, which his kind was being betrayed by the officials of heaven, and he works with them just because he really feels for them. For Ao Guang, he is shown to have a sympathetic side in the first film, but the way he was presented was more villainous. Here, you can see his more peaceful side. The message of him and the dragons being betrayed by the Heavenly Court can be felt much more, and you get to connect with him more easily. And he also just has a great human design as well. Also, they toned down the amount of potty humor in this film, getting rid of any fart jokes and having a piss joke that actually lands pretty well in Chinese humor fashion. I don't know how to describe it, but you have to watch other Chinese films and shows. I think you'll understand what I mean. But they also doubled down on the humor that really worked from the first film, which was slapstick. Remember the beat-up of Shen Gongbao? Double that with Ao Jin and Ao Shun, and you have Chinese comedy gold. I'm telling you to go watch some Chinese comedy. It's a different kind of humor that I can't describe, and you have to experience it for yourself. But I've rambled on too long about humor and characters. Let me get to the real nitty-gritty parts of this film, because that is the action and visuals, because holy moly, I don't even know how to describe. Because it just feels unreal. I said the first Nezha film had great animation and action, and it gets a big glow up by a lot. Everything crisp, and all the snappy action from the first film is dialed up to 11 in the sequel. In terms of speed, fury, scale, and sheer creative choreography, it just amazes me that action like this is even capable in 3D animation. With the amount of motion blur required for these fights due to the sheer speed and power the action brings, it's just crazy. No wonder the budget for this film quadrupled in size with a pretty modest budget of $80 million. It's still crazy to me because this film is 2 hours and 23 minutes long, and they still managed to keep the budget that modest. I mean, to be fair, Across the Spider-Verse had the same runtime and the budget of the film isn't too different, but still, the amount of visual imagery and jaw-dropping looking scenes is just insane. There are so many crowd shots in this film due to the film requiring an army battle, and watching it unfold on screen is just crazy. Being able to see every individual character flying across the scene in a faraway shot, I can't even fathom it because how do you even animate something like this? Help me recall, but I don't think any Pixar or Disney film has done crowd simulations of this caliber. They also do this thing where they'll pull a Zack Snyder and do these cinematic slow-mo shots that are just breathtaking in a way that they are used, and all in all, I can't really describe the quality of the animation in this film very well, besides just saying it's really good and it's jaw-dropping, because it's just that good, and that I'm running out of things to say. I've never been more shocked about that revelation than I was when I first discovered Flying Bark Productions and how they animate action sequences. It was that good, if not better. Like, why can't LEGO hire an actual Chinese studio to animate Monkey Kid? I want these guys to animate Monkey Kid so much now. I haven't even discussed Nezha and Ao Bing as characters, since they were already pretty great in the first film. They are still just as good, if not better in here than the first film. Nezha's emotional connection with his parents is a lot better, with their relationship hurting a lot more when his mother died. It just hits hard. Also, Ao Bing's relationship with his father, Ao Guang, was also really great as well. Not as emotionally strong as Nezha's, but still good. Overall, Nezha 2 is an amazing sequel, and other movie studios should take notes. But that's gonna do it for this video. Please check out some other videos that I made. I'm sure at least one of them would interest you. I'm also trying to reach 4,000 watch hours, and I'm already halfway there, so watching my other videos helps me as well. But other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.